Interior, Tatooine Special Police Department, night. Sen and Flex deliver the body to the department's morgue and are greeted by the coroner.
Another one? You two always seem busy, don't you?
We're pretty much doing your job at this point.
Too busy to examine the ones here already.
Does it matter? We haven't had a trial since I got here.
How long has that been, Slick?
4 months.
It's been a whole lot longer than that. Welcome to Tatooine.
Exterior, Tatooine Special Police Department, night. Sen and Flex exit the department and head home.
You alright, Flex?
I just never get over seeing stuff like that. You've gotten too comfortable with it.
That's how it is. Don't do anything crazy. We'll discuss this case in the morning and try to figure out what we can do.
Don't think you can talk me out of this.
I'm not. I want to game plan an investigation that doesn't end with us getting killed. Not like it matters anyway. No court will prosecute the murders. It's all street justice.
Well, let's actually try for a change, huh? Worst case, we can deal with the justice in the streets.
Actually, worst case, we join that kid in the wasteland dead. But I know what you meant. Stay out of trouble, Flex. Don't go anywhere alone.
Sen walks away, and Flex looks around at the eerie quiet that surrounds the police department. He sees Mos Eisley in the distance. Interior, Flex Origee's hut, night. Flex enters his hut. As he starts to unwind, he hears a noise in the back. He quickly draws his blaster and starts to investigate. After searching for a moment, he finds nothing. Flex lays on his bed and looks through the case file from the murder scene they saw earlier. He looks through photos and reports and tries to think about what it all means. As he looks around the room, he sees a picture of a woman on the wall. He sets the file down and walks up to the picture, and he clearly recognizes the woman. He pulls it off the wall and sees writing on the back. You can't run away from your problems, not even in Tatooine. Flex is extremely concerned and looks around his hut once more. He checks all his locks. He checks all his doors.
Long day. Just a really long day.
He brings all his weapons and a bottle of liquor to his room, where he sits and tries to relax, even though he is clearly on edge. Interior, Cantina, night. As usual, the cantina is a wild party. There is music, flashing lights, aliens and humanoids of all shapes and sizes, dancing, drinking, and talking. Sen Solardream enters the doorway and is stopped by the bouncer.
There's a line. Go to the back.
I'm not doing that. Let me in.
Outside, now.
The bouncer grabs his arm and forcibly tries to move Sen.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Sen opens his coat and reveals his badge and blaster.
That badge means nothing, you dirty cop.
You want to tell that to the Empire and their troopers? I'm sure if they knew how the local authority was being treated, they might just step in and clean house.
They never come here.
I wouldn't test me. You know who I am. You want to die tonight? You might be bigger than me, but a blaster round doesn't care how big you are. Now move.
The bouncer releases Sen's arm and lets him pass.
I appreciate your understanding.
Sen sees Teva Halloran and her entourage. As he walks up towards her, her bodyguard steps in.
Teva, it's Solardream. I need to talk business.
Send Solardream. Come here. How is my favorite detective doing today?
You know, I'm doing all right. I got half of what I think I owe you. The other half is coming in a week or two.
Solardream, you pay quick. I like that.
I've been here my whole life. I know what happens when you don't pay back quick.
Yeah. So how is work?
It's going all right. I actually wanted to ask you a quick question.
All right. Hit me.
Found a kid out in the wasteland today. Had some burns on his bodies that immediately cauterized. Know any weapon with that kind of power?
A kid? That's terrible. I know the weapon, but I've never seen one up close. I'll send you to the expert.
Teva writes down information on a card and gives it to Sen.
Much obliged. Thank you.
Sen stands up to leave when Tiba stops him.
Have one with us. It's a party.
I just started paying you back.
On the house. We've been friends since we were younglings. Have one with us, and then you can go home.
I'm not one to say no to free hospitality. Let's do it.
Sen is handed a dot in a bag and a drink.
To Mos Eisley.
They eat the dot and drink the drink. Sen laughs with Tiba as the rush of the dot and drink fade.
How does your captain feel about you hanging out and owing money to one of the biggest bookies on the planet?
He's clueless to anything. We haven't gotten a case to court in months. He's useless. And biggest bookie on the planet? That is true. But let's not kid ourselves. We don't have a lot of people living on this rock.
Tiba and Sen laugh and talk for another moment as the scene fades. Interior, Sen's hut. Morning. Sen slowly opens his eyes, but it is clear he did not sleep. He rolls over and sees a woman in bed with him. He tries to remember what happened, but then shakes his head and starts to get dressed.
You have fun?
I always have fun, but I gotta go to work, so I gotta go.
Wow.
Sorry, kid, that's just how things are.
Sen offers the woman money.
Tell Tiba I appreciate her hospitality.
Tell her yourself.
The woman snatches the money from Sen's hand and leaves. Sen looks at the card Tiba gave him, and he places it back in his pocket. Exterior, Tatooine Special Police Department. Morning. Sen pulls up to the department on a speeder, where he sees Flex holding the picture from the night before. Flex quickly hides the photo as Sen pulls up to him.
What's that?
Nothing. Just a photo of home.
You okay?
I didn't sleep well, but I'll be all right.
Want to talk about it?
No.
Good, but you look like hell.
Thanks. You don't look too rested yourself.
I didn't sleep well, but I'll be all right.
Want to talk about it?
No.
Flex gets into the speeder. Sen hits the accelerator, and the two speed off.
So where are we headed?
Mos Espa. A friend gave me a lead last night about this mysterious burn weapon.
The source got a name?
They like to stay confidential.
I love the shadowy conversations we have where we learn nothing about each other.
I've had more partners than you can count, so usually it's easier that way.
Really? What happened to them?
Let's just say there are a few buried, a few exiled, and a few we might have to arrest or shoot during our time together.
Lovely.
Not much money in being a corrupt lawman, and too much red tape and secrets.
Then why are you still working there?
Sen stops the speeder and glares at Flex.
We're here. I'll pretend that you were kidding. Don't say anything. I'll do the talking.
Interior, pawn shop and shipyard. Morning. Both detectives exit the speeder and enter the store.
Hello, police. Anyone here? We have a few questions.
Something falls in the back of the store. Both men pull their blasters.
Take the left side. Go.
Sen and Flex carefully search the store, check around corners, and end up at the back door that leads towards the shipyard. Both men move slowly and with purpose.
Gentlemen!
All of a sudden, a Toydarian store clerk pops up from behind the counter. Sen and Flex quickly turn and point their blasters at the clerk.
Oh, gentlemen, please, put the blasters down.
You scared the hell out of us, man.
The clerk stops flying and lands on his feet.
Oh, my apologies. I dropped part of my inventory.
I saw someone with burn lines in their body. A friend told me you would know where they're from.
Sen shows the clerk pictures. Flex walks near the back exit of the store, into the shipyard.
They seem to match a weapon my father had once seen.
Okay, can I have more information than that?
What do I look like? Some all-knowing storekeeper? Who's asking anyway?
Sen shows his badge.
You know, those badges don't hold a lot of weight out here, right?
No? Well, this does.
Sen points his blaster at the clerk.
Oh. So you are the cop they speak of.
What's he talking about?
Nothing. He's a swindler. Pawns anything he can get his hands on. He probably sold it to the perp.
I didn't. I'm telling you, I don't know anymore. My father helped a man with one once. That's all he told me. I never had one.
Who? Who did he help?
I don't know it. I'm telling you all I know.
You're lying. Tell us.
That's all I know, please!
Flex, calm down.
Stop lying.
Flex starts knocking things around the store.
Okay. Do you have any idea of someone who might be able to give us more information?
No, sir, none.
Sen and Flex realize they may not get any more out of the clerk and start to relax. Flex looks at the wall and sees a picture of the Todarian with slaves.
Where are they?
Who?
Who? The slaves. Where are they?
They're in the back doing their chores like good slaves do. Why?
Set them free.
What?
You are no good to us, and I cannot leave without doing something useful. So free the slaves now. Maybe they will have the answers to our questions.
You can't have them. I own them. They are mine.
You gotta give us something. Come on.
What kind of cops are you? You can't do this.
Flex knocks over a shelf and pulls his blaster and points it at the clerk.
The good kind. You are clearly violating many statutes of galactic law. You know slavery is illegal.
Tatooine goes by Jabba's laws. Slavery is crucial to his business.
Oh, haven't you heard? Jabba's dead. We're taking this world back.
Stop, please. You cannot have them, and I cannot tell you anymore.
What are you talking about?
They'll kill me if I say any more.
Sen looks at the clerk and notices there are wounds on his wings. The clerk points his eyes towards the back of the room and to the right. Sen and Flex pull out their blasters. All of a sudden, the store is being shot up, and Sen and Flex take cover.
Look out! Get down!
Sen and Flex return fire. Sen holds his position while Flex goes around the outside of the building. He is breathing heavy as he walks slowly along. Blaster shots can still be heard in the background. He moves along, scanning the hard corners and hoping to flank the men shooting at Sen. Sen is still in a gun battle when he hears footsteps. One of the henchmen runs around the side of the barrier where Sen was taking cover and fires a shot. It hits the ground as Sen is no longer there. Sen comes around the other side of the barrier and shoots the henchman in the leg,
You missed me.
and then knees him in the face, knocking him unconscious. Sen cuffs the henchman and pulls him behind the barrier as he continues to return fire. Flex is now at the back corner of the building and sees 3 additional henchmen shooting into the store. Flex carefully sets up a shot when a slave named Sek runs up from behind.
Please help us! Please!
Shh! Quiet.
2 of the henchmen start shooting at Flex, who grabs the slave and takes cover. The 3 remaining henchmen take off for a speeder parked behind them, past a crowd of cowering slaves. Flex comes around the corner and shoots one of the henchmen in the leg before he can reach the crowd. He aims for the other 2, but the crowd provides them cover as they drive off. Flex continues the pursuit. He takes aim again, but can't get a clean shot. Sen runs out of the back of the store as this happens. Flex runs up near Sen when they see a henchman holding a child slave at gunpoint.
Drop the blaster.
Just put the blaster down and we'll talk about it.
I work for Kentu Jeff. You hear me? Kentu Jeff. I'll kill this kid. I'll do it.
Drop the blaster.
Flex wastes no time shooting the henchman, who collapses as the child slave runs to Sek and hugs him. Sen looks like he is in shock.
What were you waiting on?
Thought some information would help us out.
Yeah, that's too bad. Unlucky for him, I don't take kidnapping, slavery, and threatening people's lives lightly. Who's Kentu Jaff?
I'll explain in the speeder. Luckily, I actually captured my guy.
Oh, good.
Sek approaches the detectives.
Thank you so much. You have saved us.
Just doing our job. Now you need to come with us.
What do you mean, Flex?
We need to take them back to the station and question them before we let them go.
Back to the station? They won't be free if we do that.
What do you mean?
That was all talk. The clerk or some crime lord will claim these slaves as theirs and they'll be right back to being slaves.
No way.
I know what you're doing, and I admire it. But we can only tackle one mission at a time.
Any ships work out here?
No.
Speeders?
Yes.
What's your name?
Sec.
This is crazy, Flex.
Go grab the perp, please.
Sen is frustrated and goes to get the henchman he knocked out.
Okay, Sec. This will give you directions to my hut outside of Mos Eisley. Take the speeders you can and drive there. I won't be too far behind.
Thank you.
Like I said, it's our job.
Flex pats Sek on the back and catches up to Sen, who is looking over the counter.
What are you doing?
Checking to see if the clerk had any other evidence back there.
Wouldn't happen to be money, would it?
Look, you do your part, I'm doing mine.
Flex grabs the henchman and heads for the speeder. Sen puts 2 fistfuls of money into his pockets and catches up to them.
Find anything?
I grabbed a photo album and some papers. Hey, can I tell you something?
What?
You are doing too much.
I did what I needed to do back there, just like you, okay? Except mine is the right thing, and yours is the wrong thing.
Stop! I'm out here trying to survive. This man was an illegal smuggler who was just as much as a criminal as any other criminal here. So I'm sorry if you disapprove of my methods. I'm not much of a fan of yours either. You did it in a way more reckless and dangerous way than I did. You put us all at risk. You're the one that's going to get us detained or killed. So look at yourself before you come at me.
Sen throws the henchman into the back of the speeder, and the detectives get into the front seats.
Enjoy trying to get those slaves out of Mos Eisley.
Well, that's my journey, all right? You worry about getting information from this guy and Quintin Jaff. I'll worry about Sec and his people. Clearly no one else does.
Sen drives the speeder off fast, with a band of speeders, led by Sek, following.
Wasteland Sunsets, Episode 2. Written by Quintin Schoonmaker. Produced and edited by Quintin Schoonmaker and Jimmy Torrejon. Starring David Bryant as Sen Solardream, Quintin Schoonmaker as Flex Origee, the nightclub bouncer, and henchman number 2. Joe Daffron as the Toydarian store clerk, Juliana Chavez as Tiba Halloran, Trevor McCourt as Sec, Jimmy Torrejon as the coroner. Music provided by Joe Daffron, as well as sound effects from the YouTube audio library, as well as soundblocks.com. This has been a Quickside Conversation production. All rights reserved to the writers, editors, and producers of this story and this podcast.